I just remember thinking that at any moment, I could just drop dead.
Oh God, are you dying? I knew it. You look horrible.
Welcome to my channel, Brave Sunshine. I wanted to share my story that ain't nobody asked for on how I have dealt with chronic health conditions since my sophomore year in high school. And maybe other people can relate. Maybe we can chat about it in the comments, see what's worked for you and traditional medicine hasn't, because it has not. Nothing has worked for me at all. And although I may look like I have a perfect bill of health, I've been in and out of doctors even before my sophomore year of high school. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to be using my phone for this because there's just too many points. So sit down, let's chat.
Wow.
I have always been the athletic one in my family for the most part. I did basketball at a very young age, loved it, wanted to become a WNBA star. Unfortunately, spoiler alert, that did not happen. I even did track. I loved doing hurdles. I was the one running around the ditch behind the apartment, just, why was I in the ditch? Why was I there? I was the one playing a random game of kickball with the neighborhood kids, and I don't know, you just couldn't keep me from being active at all. Just ask my mom. I did basketball all the way up into my sophomore year of high school, and I had just made JV, okay? Hello. I was so ready. I had just did basketball camp the summer before. I was ready to dominate, all right? And I just remember randomly, I can still picture the day in my head where I was like, wow, it's actually getting really hard to breathe. It's like you're trying to breathe through a straw while you're working out, while you're sprinting. And you just feel like your lungs are only filling up like this. It's not going all the way. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, it's probably asthma. No, I tried every inhaler, all of the ones, the pills, the crunchy, the ones you turn into powder, whatever. I can barely remember, honestly, but my mind is picturing turning something into powder. And I'm just wondering, how did that work? Anyway, I did the regular inhalers. I did all the things. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And it just didn't do anything for me. It didn't work.
Fun hurts.
And I also started noticing my quads, they would get really, really, really fatigued. I'm talking about we're doing the little wall sits, and I can barely hang. They're burning, they're on fire. I'm like, oh, I cannot do this. And that's not me. That was never me. That makes no sense to me, okay? Nothing had changed. I didn't change up my regimen. I wasn't out of shape. It just hit me out of nowhere. And to add to that, I was randomly getting pain in my shoulder blades. Not in the blade, but you have the blade and it's right under there. It's like the nerves or something. Ugh, it was just the worst. So carrying my backpack was obnoxious to me. It hurt so bad. It was miserable. Give me 2 minutes holding my backpack and I'm like, please just cut in there, cut out whatever that is. It just got worse and worse the longer I wore it. And I'm telling you, not even a lot of stuff in my backpack. I had to not carry as much stuff because it was just too much. I remember my mom trying to buy me a little wheeling backpack. I'm not about to be walking through the streets with this backpack on wheels. My pride would not allow me to do that. I would rather suffer in pain than look ridiculous like a little nerd with my little rolly backpack.
Nerd alert! What?
I absolutely refuse. So, in turn, I had to deal with the back pain. Wasn't worth it.
No.
I was also given a elevator pass because, hear me out, going up one flight of stairs would just make me unbelievably lightheaded. My heart would start pounding hard and irregular. And it's just like, okay, one flight of stairs, that doesn't make sense. Okay, like 4 flights? Sure. That would make some kind of sense, right? One flight? And our school was big. We had stairs. So it was just like, I swear I felt like I was just gonna die when I got to the top of the stairs. So I was given an elevator pass. I did not use that either, okay? Because I could not be that one hopping off an elevator for no apparent reason. Like, oh, you just got an elevator pass for no reason? No. So I took the stairs. That's just who I am. So of course that means I have to quit JV. I just made the JV team. I played a few games and boy, oh boy, I could not hang. A few minutes in, I felt like there was no oxygen, getting through my body. And I just couldn't do it anymore. And I swear my coach thought I was just like opting out, like a cop out, like, oh, I can't breathe. I swear the way she was looking at me, I'm telling you, I think she thought I was lying. But no, I felt like I was dying. So that stunk. I always wanted to get my Letterman jacket from like sports. I was so close. But I did get my Letterman jacket because I had good grades, okay? So I got the dorky one. I didn't want to be the dork, but I became the dork anyway.
Nerd alert!
Okay, but that's beside the point. I quit basketball. That was extremely depressing. I was always kind of depressed growing up. I don't know why. It was just like a darkness would kind of like follow me. And so, of course, when this happened, that just really elevated. I became very depressed. I was drowning my sorrows in boyfriends and ice cream. Oh my God, ice cream is my downfall. So those became my my comforts for sure, and music. Drown my sorrows in music a lot. And because of the depression and not having drive, I cannot have I can't not have a mission in my life, or I will crumble. And that's exactly what happened. I crumbled. I didn't have anything driving me anymore. So, dude, yeah, my depression just took over. Where am I going with this? Yes. So I was no longer active. I wasn't doing anything active at all because I felt like doing that was just gonna kill me. So I did the very bare minimum to exist as a human being. Hey, I'm interrupting this video because I completely forgot about all 1 billion of my other symptoms that I've experienced from sophomore year up until today. So I'm just gonna list them out.
I've had 2 times where it felt like I was having a heart attack. I've had brain fog, memory issues, hearing loss in my left ear, pulsating tinnitus in my right ear. Those 2 things are newish. Sore joints, bloating consistently, dry skin, vertigo, hello, also new, fainting spells, fatigue, vocal fatigue, shortness of breath, mood swings, cysts throughout the body, enlarged jugular, also new. Lump on my thyroid, also new. And to top it all off, my vision is getting worse. Okay, thank you. Here's the rest of the video.
Well, what did the doctors say? They all said the same things. You have a perfect heart. Your lungs are perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. Until I get to the last doctor who said, I think it's all in your head. And sent me to a psychiatrist who then recommended pills for me. And I took the pills and it made my heart palpitations worse. Of course, those pills usually come with the side effects of more depression, heart problems, and sometimes death. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to increase my chances of me dropping dead, so I'm just not going to take these and just hope it goes away. Oh, gosh. So the rest of high school, I was just the shell of the person I was before. And I go to college, and I did end up seeing a psychologist there who helped me to be more constructive with my depression. So I ended up getting into photography more, and it brought me so much joy. I love capturing the beauty around me because I felt like I couldn't see it otherwise. I still do it to this day, not as often, but I really need to. I miss it. So I'm in school, I'm in college at my dream school, and it just doesn't feel like a dream. It was a very sad time, my first year. So I ended up dropping out for multiple reasons, not because I couldn't handle it. Grade-wise, that wasn't the issue. It was just, there was just too much going on mentally, emotionally, at home. So yeah, I took that year off and that was the worst year of my life. Absolutely the worst year of my life. My pains got worse. I was drinking vodka straight before I went to bed just so I could sleep because my back pain was so bad.
I've only had half of 4 bottles of wine.
I didn't need a backpack anymore. Like the pain was just there, always. And I still have pains to varying degrees to this day in my back, but back then it was just relentless. So that's how I fell asleep. A shot of vodka. Yep. Well, actually,
I've only had half of 4 bottles of wine.
I wouldn't even say a shot. It's probably more. It was those plastic cups, but it was like this much at the bottom. Maybe like 1.5 shots. I was miserable. I was in pain. I was lonely. And that was the year that I tried to unalive myself, which if anyone's interested, I can do another video on that some other time. But yeah, that was a crazy time. Fast forward another few years and that's when my hair started to thin out a little bit. And that was my last straw. I'm like, okay, look, I can't be depressed and ugly. Like that's not gonna work for me. So I got online and I just started Googling everything and anything related to hair loss. Like I'm like, this, no, I draw the line here. Death, sure. Hair loss, no. That's funny. Anyway, what I learned is that what we do, what we eat, what we don't do, what we drink drastically affects our bodies. And I know this is like not revolutionary information, but for me back then, what was this, 2012, 2013? For me, that was like, oh, okay, I'm listening. So I started changing my diet. I started getting way more water because I don't even know, was I drinking water back then? I don't remember ever drinking a glass of water. So yeah, I was doing that. I remember eating like chicken, rice, spinach, like that kind of thing. Just like basic foods, nothing added, nothing altered. And I just remember feeling good. I remember my body just started to feel like a normal human again and not like an 80-year-old.
I'm over here.
And for me, that was like, okay, this is the only thing that has worked after numerous doctor's visits. The only thing. So that started changing me. But when you battle depression all your life, you become a creature of habit with your comforts. And like I had mentioned earlier, ice cream has me in a chokehold. I love a good fast food burger. It's hard. It's hard. But ever since then, I've gone back and forth, eating good, eating trash, eating good. It's a struggle. It's so hard. But ever since then, I had studied nutrition and holistic living on and off just because I found it so fascinating to see how the body works. It's so intricate, and you just see God's design when you're going through and seeing how every organ, every cell, every part of you works together to create this magnificent human being that is able to regenerate, heal, and thrive, not just survive, okay? Because that's not what we want anymore. We don't want to survive, we want to thrive. So I just found that extremely fascinating. And so I studied that on and off personally, like on my own time. And even though I was looking through all of this, I practiced it here and there, and I tried to go to the gym, but my comforts win about 100% of the time. So not much has changed, except this is expanded with all this knowledge that I'm not doing anything with, except for helping other people. So fast forward today, I am certified in holistic nutrition and wellness. I worked at a health company the past 3-ish years, and we focused on food as medicine. And I witnessed people getting off diabetes medication, blood pressure medication, people who had dealt with arthritis and fibromyalgia for years upon years upon years. All of a sudden their pain's gone. It's the most beautiful thing. It gave me so much hope, and I loved helping other people reach those goals. But for me, it's always been easy to coach other people and to give. But I don't do that for myself. That has been one of my biggest revelations the past few years. Is like, hello, you can't just keep emptying your glass. Like, there's nothing here anymore. It's gone. And so I have nothing to offer myself, let alone anyone else. One of the reasons I made this channel is to keep myself accountable, but also I want to document my journey, because I do want to practice what I teach. I want to live that. I want to experience it because I felt it before. I know that what you eat and how active you are impacts you tremendously. I know that. I know. So then do it. So this is why I'm here. I'm taking a student approach because honestly, we will never know it all. Even the professionals. Okay? Just look at science. You'll have something that was considered fact for 50 years, 100 years, and all of a sudden new science is coming out saying, actually that's wrong. Look up the history of BMI, body mass index, and you will realize what a scam. What a big old scam that was. And also, if you're a certain skin color, you might be a little annoyed. I definitely was. I was just like, is everything racist? So anyway, I'm gonna put a good article that I read about that below. There's also a book that they mention in there that I am dying to read. It is on my to-read list. I'm a slow reader, so oof. So anyway, that's why I had this account. I want us all to grow together. I want us all to learn together. So if you're interested in trying to figure out how you can make holistic living work for you, make it effective, efficient, then stick around, because that's a majority of what this channel is about. I want us to figure this out for ourselves. I really just want to build a community of people fighting for each other, because I think if we are all fighting for each other, it might give us the strength to fight for ourselves. So if you want to join this little community that I'm trying to build, not an actual community yet, because that would be fantastic. It's just here on YouTube. I would love for you to stick around and for us to do this together. I feel like that would make it so much more fun for all of us. Don't forget to like this video. It will help me tremendously. But I will end with this. I'm putting up a rudimentary photo of all of my ailments, and I don't know, maybe this will be kind of fun to watch. Like I'm doing it for me, but also to be maybe inspiring or give hope to other people who may be experiencing similar things. I will be referring back to this whenever I am trying new things. I will be experimenting with a lot of things this year just to help us find like this baseline of health. I feel like it'd just be kind of fun to document the journey and just see how beautiful and amazing that nature is and how absolutely phenomenal God's design is. Anyway, stick around if you want. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And honestly, like, leave stuff in the comments. Like if you want to know more about something, or if we want to do like a challenge together, like I am so here for literally anything. I just want this to be a place for people to feel safe or share their stories on their holistic health journey or any health problems that you suffered that nothing has worked for. Like, let's just be in this together. I'm so here for that. Anyway, thank you for existing. Be well, be wholeness. For you to stick around, I would love for you.